I'm here today with Abbie, who's just bought a brand new home at a Plumlife development, Francis Place in Walkden. So could you tell us a bit about your previous living arrangements and why you chose to buy at Francis Place?
Yeah, so previously I was renting. I was renting with a housing association in a 2-bed apartment. I'd wanted to get onto the property ladder for some time, so I was saving a deposit for quite a while, but I think at that time it just felt like, due to the ever-increasing mortgage rates and the cost of living, it just felt like I was saving for a deposit that I was just never going to be able to reach. So I had always kept my eye on Plumlife because I knew they were always developing new properties. And then at that time Francis Place came up, and that seemed to be the closest in terms of the location, so that's why I chose it.
And how did you initially hear about shared ownership when you bought your home?
I think it was mainly through sort of the internet searches. I think because I was renting with Great Places who are linked to Plumlife, it was through communication with them, just keeping up to date on their website, being on their mailing list. So that's how I initially got more information on it.
What made you buy a home through the shared ownership scheme?
I think the main reason was the financial aspect of it. So I was saving a deposit. Initially I was looking for a full ownership, but it just felt that I was never going to be able to afford the sort of home that I wanted to live in with the deposit that I had. And it just felt like I was on this endless cycle of saving. So with the shared ownership, it just opened up a lot more options for me. It allowed me to actually see properties, like larger properties that I could move in, and it was just so much more affordable because the deposit was lower, so the mortgage was lower, and then the rent on top of for the remaining shares was also lower. So that was the main reason. So what I really love about my new home is that I've never lived in a new build property before, so it was just really nice to be in a home that just didn't need any work doing to it. I think, you know, the properties, they're built to a really high spec, a really high standard, so it just feels really fresh and clean and a nice reset. Also, I've come from a 2-bed apartment to a 3-bed detached, so the space has just been really lovely. In terms of the location, it's just a really convenient spot. It has the country park just on my doorstep, and I think in terms of amenities, it's got supermarkets, food places, a gym, and it's very central in terms of transport links, so that's really useful. I think the actual estate as well, so we all moved in at a similar time, so we got to know the neighbours, they're really lovely, and it's just got a nice sort of community feel to it, and like good neighbourhood watch, so it's very safe. So yeah, it's been really lovely.
How was your experience with Plumlife on getting you through the shared ownership process?
Oh, I had a really good experience. It was so positive. As a first-time buyer, I was quite anxious. It all felt a bit overwhelming because I didn't really know where to begin. So from the very initial appointment where you meet with a sales advisor and they go through the development plans and just the whole process, just after that initial appointment I just felt so much more confident, and they guide you through it just at that appointment in a way where you feel really well informed. Sales advisor, so mine was Ian Burns, he was just brilliant the whole way through. It felt like he handled a lot of it, to be honest. Really attentive, no question was left unanswered. Always at the other end of a phone call or an email, and there was just no pressure. It just felt very seamless.
So after your experience, would you recommend shared ownership to others, and why?
100%. I would definitely recommend it. It was just because of the affordability, it just widens people's options, and especially with Plumlife, who are always developing new properties, I think no matter what position you're in, there will be something available to you, and it was just a very supportive, individualised process as well. So yeah, 100% I would recommend it.
That's amazing to hear.
Yeah.